Yo, what is up guys, and welcome back to Comic Review 47. On this WTF Comics episode, we're reviewing a DC villain named Crazy Quilt. So, Quilt first appeared in Boy Commandos number 15 back in May of 1946. Fun fact, this character was actually created by Jack Kirby. This was during a time when Technicolor was still fresh and new, so it makes sense that they would do a color-themed villain. So in this first appearance issue, we already got his origin story. We are introduced to a seemingly innocent artist who travels various countries around the world to paint. Anyways, his paintings got a lot of attention across various art museums, including some crooks who pretended to admire the paintings too. Through some special X-ray type goggles, they were able to see through the paint and see what they were really interested in. Crazy Quilt uses paintings as a cover-up to his real drawings, which was a blueprint of a heist he was attempting. This is actually a really clever way to set up some robberies too. Although Quilt had plans to steal, some other gangs wanted to kill him. He got shot in the face but wasn't killed somehow. Quilt then grabbed his own gun and killed the armed gang member. Although Crazy Quilt survived the fatal gunshot, he was blinded since the bullet hit his face. I guess the bullet shot his eye or something, which doesn't make sense because both eyes got blinded, or maybe a little chunk of his brain, or you know what, it doesn't matter. Golden Age comics don't explain this stuff too well, so let's just move on. In an effort to save his eyes, he forced the surgeon to operate him and fix his eyes. This plan kind of backfired since he was able to see again, but only in very vivid basic colors. So then he killed the surgeon for failing him. Yeesh, talk about a ruthless killer. So from now on, he would become the Crazy Quilt, a villain with color-related crimes. Every bank or jewelry store he would rob would be painted in vivid colors after he was done. During one of his robberies, his car tire was shot at and he crashed, although he got away and dove into a river. He later attempted to steal the Mona Lisa. Yes, the Mona Lisa. But he had to leave it so he could use his hands to swing around and get away. That was the last of him until he appeared again later. He appeared 3 issues later in fact, with a costume this time, and in this issue his origin story continues. Quilt builds a new headset so that it bursts out colors, allowing him to see regular again. I'm guessing it works like Technicolor by adding other colors to balance it and make everything look regular. Pretty clever guy considering he made this himself. The only downside I see to his gear is that he can only use it in the dark to see regular color, so it's almost like a flashlight. He gets this headset knocked out at the end of the issue. This gives him anxiety as getting his eyes adjusted to weird blotchy colors again stresses him out and he escapes yet again. His next important appearance is many decades later in Batman number 316, where he confronts Batman and Robin yet again. And he confronted Batman and Robin earlier, but I'm sorry guys, I wasn't able to find any images from the previous issue where he confronted them, so I'll just go ahead and go with Batman number 316. We can see his costume is different here and see a huge array of abilities he can do with his helmet. Firstly, he can make people dizzy by blasting huge amounts of light or even temporarily blind people. We then see that he can change the light on objects to perfectly camouflage them. Anyways, Quilt only wants his eyes to be normal again, so he forces a surgeon to fix them with the same futuristic technology he stole earlier in this issue. He takes the risk that it might not go so well, and he also wants to be awake during the eye surgery. Like, this dude is kinda crazy. Anyways, Batman and Robin fall victim to his traps of exploding and hypnotic colors to delay them from intervening. His operation was successful, although Batman and Robin have already made it to his location. He tries using his helmet to blind them, but Robin reacts quickly and pulls out a mirror. This causes the light to go directly to Crazy Quilt's eyes, which in turn blinded Quilt forever since he didn't wait for his eyes to properly rest for a few days first. He appears later in Batman number 368 where he redesigns his helmet to make him see again, thanks to an employee whom he later kills, and later in this issue he brutally beats up Robin. He's had plenty other appearances, but there are way too many to mention. He later dies in the New 52 in Batman number 38 during the Endgame storyline due to injecting himself with an experimental serum. This makes his whole body deteriorate in a brutal way. It's a shame they killed him off like that. His only major appearance in TV is in the Batman the Brave and the Bold series, which is mostly based on Batman number 316, which I mentioned earlier.
I will carve the cityscape into a masterpiece to rival Mount Rushmore.
That's a pretty ambitious plan for a guy who can barely dress himself.
This is a fun episode to watch and really takes you back to the campy days of Batman. Anyways guys, that's it for Crazy Quilt, also known as Paul Decker. He's a ruthless killer who is obsessed with colors and only really just wants his vision back to normal. I feel like he should be portrayed in Rebirth or at least in an issue of Batman. What do you guys think? Is he the weirdest comic character you've ever seen? Let me know in the comments below, and thanks for being patient on my channel. I know I don't always upload a lot. Anyways guys, if you liked the video, be sure to leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.